My name is Kunstadt. Welcome to Kunstadt Sports, the family business where every employee is an accomplished athlete. Today we will help you make a selection of a hybrid bike in terms of model, size and type. And to help you with that, we will have Matt Polson, an accomplished bike racer, talk to you about selecting these bicycles.
Hybrid bikes are called hybrids because that's what they are. Hybrid between a mountain bike and a road bike. They're going to have the smooth, bigger wheels like the road bikes, but a bit nicer position than a road bike, a little bit more comfortable like a mountain bike. So if you only have one room, one spot in the garage for a bike, this is going to be the bike for you. It's going to be best of both worlds. You won't be disappointed. So here at Kunstadt, we have our own line of bikes built to our specifications by a highly reputable manufacturer. So there is going to be different levels of these hybrid bikes. The base model, perfect for most people. If you're just going to be going to grab some errands, you don't need a bike all the time, you just need a bike every once in a while. Steel frame, 7 gears, 700cc wheels, so that's going to be a little bit bigger than most mountain bikes, and then they're going to have no suspension, which a lot of people don't need just because the roads are quite smooth, and the suspension adds weight and you lose efficiency. So if we go up a step in the hybrid bikes, we're going to be looking at very similar positioning on the bikes, but as well, what we're going to be gaining is normally a couple more gears, so a bit better gear choices, as well as everything's going to be a bit more durable. Your shifting's going to be a little bit more crisper, your wheels are going to be a little stronger, your cranks, so that's what your pedals are attached to. All the gears are just going to be one step up, last a little longer, in terms of maintenance maybe a little bit easier. So the highest end hybrid bikes are going to be pretty much a road bike with a flat handlebar rather than the drop handlebars. You're going to be almost as fast as a road bike, just a slightly different position. They're going to have a carbon fiber fork as well as very similar gear choices as a road bike. Road bike gears are a little harder than the hybrid gears just because normally you're going to be going faster. We're going to have hybrid bikes that are going to be very performance oriented, more of a performance hybrid. They're going to be very similar to our road bikes. Aggressive positioning, pretty much get you to work quite fast, but relatively comfortable. Then we're going to have bikes on the opposite end of the spectrum. They're going to be a bit more comfort. So they're going to be some that maybe has some back or neck issues. They're going to put you in a much nicer upright position. That's going to be great for the shorter distances. As well as on frames, we do have stems that are adjustable. So although a bike may not feel perfect, with a couple tweaks we can adjust the seat height, we can adjust the handlebar height, we can adjust the seat forward and backward on a set of rails. As long as we get the proper frame size, we should be able to make the bike work for you. Most hybrids are going to have V-brakes. They're going to be the classic brake. Two pads on either side pinched together. Tried and true. They've been on mountain bikes for a while. Now mountain bikes have been going to a bit more powerful brake, but a bike like this doesn't need those disc brakes. The V-brakes work perfect for them. That's all you need. But a higher level hybrid will have disc brakes if need be. Hybrid bikes, most of them are going to have a 700cc wheel. It's going to be the same circumference as the road bikes we saw earlier. The one big difference is that the actual rim is going to be wider, which means we're going to have a wider tire. Normally with a wider tire you run a little bit lower pressure, which is going to be a smoother ride. It's not going to be as efficient as a road tire. Road tires are normally around 23, 25 millimeters wide. These tires are going to be closer to 30 millimeters, 35 millimeters, with that larger surface area, a bit more traction, and that lower tire pressure, a little bit smoother ride. And then you can also choose to have a tire that's going to have a bit more tread, say you're going to be on the gravel a little bit more, compared to pretty much something completely slick, like a road bike tire, just a little wider. Hybrid bikes are going to have very similar gear systems as our mountain bikes. The rear derailleur on a mountain bike and a hybrid are going to be pretty much identical. You can get the same quality derailleur, and they're going to have the same range of gears. So from a very small one for those hard downhills, or if you're going fast along a path, to a bigger range. So if you're having to go up a steeper hill. In the back and then in the front gears, it's going to be very similar to a road bike, meaning that cog's going to be a little bit bigger, so you can get those high speeds like a road bike. So a lot of people look at these bikes and they see that there's no suspension on these bikes, which you don't need, but it is an option to get a suspension seat post just to give you that little bit extra cushion when you're riding down the trail. Once you've decided that you want to go for that certain type of bike, now we got to make sure we get the right size for you. Mountain bikes and hybrids, they come normally in frame sizes in inches, so you can get a 14-inch, you can get a 16-inch, you can get an 18-inch, and the best way to check that is using a device like this to check your inseam. So Freddie here is going to demonstrate how to check your inseam. Pretty much you pull up the bar until you can't anymore, and then there's the numbers on the side here, and it gives me Freddie's inseam, and I can use that information to gauge what size frame would be suitable for him. So what we have here is Freddie on a stationary fitting bike. Pretty much this just saves me from running beside Freddie going down the path. It makes me able to look at his position on the bike without, and I can get him to just pedal in one rotation. I can look at his seat height, I can look how far he stretched out he is. We want you to be in a position that's comfortable but also relatively efficient. So we want your seat to be at a good height. We want just a slight bend in the knee. We don't want you to be too extended. I could probably actually put Freddie's seat up a little bit right now, but we want him to be full extension, but we don't want it to be too high where he's rocking in the hips. There's some people that are going to be 6 feet tall and a longer upper body, and some people are going to be 6 feet tall and very long legs. So one person might be on an extra large size frame, but someone might be on a large size frame. To compensate for these things, this piece here is called a stem. We can put a longer stem on for someone that has longer arms, just to give him a bit more room, as well as the seat that he's sitting on is on a set of rails that can move back or forward, depending on his position. I've found a lot of people have a big kind of, I would guess, a debate between if they should be buying a road bike or a hybrid if they're commuting to work. I like to think of it, if you're going to be using this bike besides commuting to work, if you're going to be going out on the weekends to get exercise, going to the local trails or bike paths and riding hard, I'd probably go for a road bike, just because it is a bit more aggressive position. Bit more made for the exercise, and then the hybrid is going to be better for, it's going to be in a bit more upright position, a little bit stabler at slower speeds, just because it has those wider handlebars and it has the wider wheels.